speaker is my brother, Blaine Wagner. Blaine is taking a year off college to travel the state as the Indiana FFA Southern Region Vice President. Blaine enjoys showing pigs at the county fair and running his two dogs, Molly and Moose, in agility. His favorite FFA events are conferences, agri-science, and attending state and national conventions. Blaine is known for always having a smile on his face, and he loves every opportunity to speak with members. We would like to thank Country Mark for sponsoring his travel tonight. Please welcome my brother, Blaine Wagner.
Top Gun, one of my favorite movies. I think we all can agree that the pilots in Top Gun are pretty good at being comfortable being uncomfortable. Maverick understood the risks every time he flew, but he was never afraid to leave his comfort zone. Luckily for us, we don't need a movie screen to bring Top Gun to life. Before I got up here, I found some of my fellow North Decatur FFA members who thought they would make some pretty good fighter pilots. Let's go ahead and bring them on out. And let's give them a big round of applause. All right, guys, so I know I told you we were gonna get to use real fighter jets, but see that door over there? It's not quite big enough to fit my fighter jet through. So, we're gonna have to make do with what we got. Can we bring out the planes? Thank you. Looks like Addie gets a fighter jet, and Vincent gets a space shuttle, I guess. Right. So in a moment, you guys are going to do an epic dogfight that ends in a terrible crash. So go ahead and stand right over here and wait for me to say action. And then after that, Cecilia, playing our Maverick, is going to do her best slow motion run away from that crash scene. And then finally, we can't have a Top Gun remake without a motorcycle scene. But I had a little bit of a problem. I wanted to get a motorcycle, but I couldn't find one. So I thought, what about my bike? But it wouldn't fit in my car. So I thought, what about a tricycle? I didn't have one of those. So tonight, our motorcycle will be played by a bring out our motorcycle. Stick horse! All right, Garrett. So here's your motorcycle. You're gonna come on over here, and after the crash, and after the slow motion run away, you are going to ride your motorcycle off into the sunset. All right, I think we're about ready. So let's get some Top Gun music playing. And then crowd, action. Let's get evenly matched here. We'll see. Okay, we're getting really close here. Looks like. Oh, band C2, action. Yeah, let's do it. Top Gun pilots are always pushing the limits. And as FFA members, Mrs. Mormon and Miss Kessler are going to be asking you to get uncomfortable a lot. Trust me, I know. I was a student here just last year. But tonight, I'm asking you to get comfortable with that. To think like a fighter pilot. To get comfortable pushing the limits and making yourself just a little bit uncomfortable. And since tonight is all about celebrating a year of growth in FFA, I thought I would go digging to find a picture of me zipping up my blue jacket for the very first time. So this is me 7 years ago as a 7th grader getting ready for my first parliamentary procedure competition. Now I don't know about you, but I think I look pretty good. may have been my first time in Blue Jacket, we'll have to fast forward almost a year later till I took the first big steps out of my comfort zone. I was at a soil judging competition as an 8th grader. I was in my element. I was there to do my best, hopefully win a nice trophy, get back on that bus, and head right on home. So I just finished judging all 4 soil spits, and I'm sitting on the bus, patiently waiting for awards. When suddenly, my chapter president, Olivia, comes up to me and says, "Blaine, I really think we need to go talk to some people." Now, if you know me, you know I love to talk. But to 8th grade Blaine, that was like asking me to fly the fighter jet with no instructions. I didn't know anything about these people. Why should I have to go talk to them? So timidly, I follow Olivia over to another minibus. And as she leads the conversation, I stand there, timid, afraid, very much uncomfortable, doing very little talking. Yeah. Finally, I hear the words I've been waiting for. Our coach, Mr. Johnson, calls out, "It's time for awards." Relieved, I quickly stepped back into my comfort zone. And I could have stayed there, but with Olivia's bugging, I kept taking steps out of my comfort zone. I went to SOAR. I expanded my leadership responsibilities at the chapter and district level. I became a counselor at those very same conferences. Now, if we fast forward to one of my last soil judging competitions, instead of timidly sitting on the bus, I was jumping from bus to bus to bus, seeing old friends and meeting new ones. In fact, I may have gotten in just a little bit of trouble when Mrs. Mormon couldn't find me because I was too busy jumping from bus to bus to bus. But all that was possible because as an 8th grader, I was comfortable being uncomfortable. I was unafraid to keep zipping up my blue jacket. And as I look out tonight, I see FFA members celebrating a great year because you are unafraid to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So let's go ahead and get all the FFA members to stand up. Come on, let's go ahead and stand on up. And for all their hard work this year, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, you may be seated. And as I look out tonight, I see exactly what every fighter pilot or FFA member needs. A great flight crew. These are the people who get us those practices, make sure we get up in the early mornings, feed us when we are hungry, and sometimes even bring us our official dress shoes after we left them at home. I have to say, I have a little bit of experience with that last one. So let's go ahead and get all the family of FFA members to stand up. So if you're a family member of an FFA member, go ahead and stand on up. And FFA members, give them a big round of applause. Thank you, you may be seated. At the beginning of this year, many of you dipped up your blue jacket and took steps to be more involved in FFA. However, it does not stop here. It's time to think like a fighter pilot. It's time to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that looks different for each and every one of us. For some, it's just being here tonight. For others, it's putting your name on a sign-up sheet for a new CE or LDE. Or for those of you like me, it's getting off that bus and going to talk to people. So no matter what that looks like for you, I challenge you to find at least one thing in the next year that makes you just a little bit uncomfortable. Because you never know what doors it may open. And for the seniors, you may be unzipping your jacket tonight for one of the very last times. However, no matter what next year looks like for you, you will have countless opportunities to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So live your lives like Maverick. Fly every mission and ride your motorcycle off into the sunset. Be the kind of FFA member who puts your name on the sign-up sheet, gets off that bus, and goes to talk to people, and takes every opportunity to keep zipping up your blue jacket. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. Congratulations again on a great year.